Hello everybody, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and on today's video, manifest anyone as the source of everyone. You see, you don't focus on what you desire simply because you do not know who you are, and thus the why you can escapes you. Simple, right? Now there's a story that a follower, subscriber was expressing, and I really went through it. I'm just going to go through it here, expressing who you really are. Fundamentally, no shortcuts, no overwhelming explanation. Simply put, I have been blocked for 4 months. I'm struggling with manifesting. I'm losing faith and depressed. Who are you in the story that you're telling? And I asked the subscriber this, and said, no, I'm the ex. I am the ex that the person walked away from. And they asked, what is the step by step of I am and it is done? Because nothing is happening. Because it's not happening. Nothing's happening. You see, what is it you want to happen in the 3D physical reality right now, opposed to whatever's going on, or what you think is going on? And this past, that doesn't actually exist, because it only exists here and now. So this 4 months is actually right here and right now. It's in your awareness. Who are you? What do you want? Who are you and what do you want to be going on? Who are you in the story you are telling? The answer is in the you are telling it. You can project your awareness 5 months down the line, and your story will change because you are the storyteller of this. You're the one that's telling the story now. So when you move it 5 months, you can actually really see, hey, I'm the one telling the story. I am blocked for 9 months. But it's coming from you. It's coming from your own awareness. You're creating it right here and right now. And even if you get to that 9 months point, physically, you're still the awareness that is telling that story. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference whether it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. It's all now. So this is a little, not trick of reality, a more of a way to point yourself to knowing that you are the awareness. Project whatever's happening absolutely forward, and see that the story can only come from here and now, not then and there. Say, no, but I don't want to create that story. You are not the creator of stories. You don't create from the physical self saying something. It's what you are embodying as reality is why you are saying it. So you can say whatever you like if you know what you are embodying is not what you are saying, but when you are unconscious, what you are saying is what you are embodying. I can say I'm a duck all day long. I know I'm not. I know I'm reality. I know I'm reality experiencing my point of view as Reese as a filter. I'm a duck. Right? You're just deepening your awareness of your story. That 9 months is just depth. Depth in experiencing, not depth as in you making this hole deeper. You're just experiencing more of this version of yourself. That 4 months to 9 months is nothing more than that. Nothing else. It's not a greater experience. It's just experiencing it more. Yeah, depth of the same experience over and over again. You are I am awareness. You're not the X. You're not even the current. You're not even the next. You are awareness. With the awareness of all these stories. That's who you are. That's why it's so funny. When you can think yourself the X, you can think yourself the current, you can think yourself the next one, you can think yourself the never, you can think yourself the one and only, you can think yourself the only ever after. You can think all of those things until you realize you are the one that is thinking them as the thinker of reality and the knower of the thought that you have thunk. Thought, of the thought that you have thought, I guess. Thunk sounds like that. But yeah, unless you know yourself, then you're going to continuously be identifying with whatever singular moment appears in your physical reality in that experiencing of it. That is not a step to knowing yourself. That is just knowing yourself, right? If I asked you your own name, and you said, this is my name, or if I said, this is your name, you're not going to ask me, okay, now what? No, that's just your name. That's who you are. I am this now. The reason, because you believe more in the 3D physical circumstances and conditions and you're focusing on that rather than actually experiencing what you want, is because you just don't know who you are. And that's why you can escape you. You don't know who you are. You think you're this 3D physical form that can't experience anything else. And if you imagine, you are imagining hopefully. But when you realize you are awareness, and whatever you are aware of, you are literally being as awareness. That is why when you are imagining, you are literally lighting up a brand new universe where this thing is true. Now, these images of these people, no matter who they are, we all have versions of this within us. We all literally, not our physical self, our awareness as consciousness, our consciousness awareness, whatever, literally has infinite versions of these as well. I've been blocked for 4 months. I'm scared. I'm struggling. I'm God. What does that mean? I just want to manifest. We have all of this up with us. Please do another video. Please make another post. Please write another book. Please point me to another thing that I think is source, that is pointing me back to me being source, but it's not what I want to hear. I just want to manifest what I want. Point me in the right direction. And every single time someone tells me, look inside, and I'm like, inside what? There's nothing there. Because you are the looker. You need to look inside and realize you are the one looking. Now, and this is what really goes on, right? We are standing, or we perceive ourselves to be standing somewhere on this physical planet, blocked, cordoned off from whatever or whoever or whatever experience we desire, perpetually experiencing confusion, experiencing the old 4 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever, replaying the fights that you had over and over again. And here's the thing, literally every single time you do that, it is literally a different version of reality, and it is literally you just re-experiencing it over and over again. You are basically starting fresh, nothing in your hand, picking up the old story, saying, how do I stop doing this? Again, fresh, picking it up, saying, how do I drop this? Again, fresh, picking it up, by imagining it over and over again. Not it randomly popping up into your awareness. Not that. When you are really focused on it, trying to figure it out and fix it, going back into that meditative state, wishing, meditating, feeling really good, checking your blocked status, it's still there, did it wrong. That's what you do. That's what we do. That's what we have done. That's what we are experiencing. None of those versions are who you are, and there have never been those versions of you. You've never been them. And we stand there, we wonder and we're confused. We think that this fight happened yesterday or 2 days ago or 3 months ago. And then tomorrow, well, maybe I'll be unblocked tomorrow. But time doesn't go forward and time doesn't go backwards. It's just a unpacked experience of everything happening now. Just like how it's on the page. The word yesterday, the word tomorrow, and the person standing there in between it is all happening in the same place. That's how it is to source. That's who you are truly. You are standing in the same place of everything as it. There's no tomorrow and there's no yesterday. Just like how it is depicted on the page, there's no tomorrow and there's no yesterday. All this exists right now. And this is how it really is. You see, if you imagine infinite books, one of those books is literally the story that you keep picking up in every moment and telling it again and again and again. 1 month is paragraph 1, chapter 1, 2 months, chapter 2, same story. Chapter 3, same story, 4 months, 5 months, whatever. You're doing it over and over again. Page 1 is yesterday to page 2, but they both exist in the same place. Page 10 is tomorrow to page 9, but they all exist in the same place. The whole planet exists in the book. The specific person, your physical self complaining, all exists in that same book of I am not that you keep picking up over and over and over and over and over again. Reading it again. It's not even the same book, it's a different book with the same story. Because you can't read the same book twice. You're basically recreating this idea over and over and over and over. Truly, everything, like the way I have it is the way Source has it in a cosmic way. Literally, like literally all of that stuff, the entire idea of it. But think about it. Think about what we can do in our 3D physical world. We can take a snapshot of the actual planet as a snapshot, and that is one singular reality expressed. We can condense it, and we can put it into a book, and we can look at it. Or we can put it on a computer and zoom into it and have a very, very, very clear the appearance of what everyone is doing everywhere. That's how Source has it on an infinite scale. That isn't anywhere, it just knows it. And you're wondering who you are. You are that thing of infinite scale that has all of this within it. And now, that's who you truly are. Basically, Source lighting up whatever book it freely chooses to light up. And then you ask, well, why, if I am that thing, if I am Source that lights up whatever book, why am I lighting up this book that I don't like? That is a fantastic question. Why are you lighting up that book that you don't like? No one's telling you to light up that book that you don't like. No one is telling you not to imagine your wish fulfilled. No one is telling you not to imagine things the way you would like them to be. The only reason you don't do that is because you don't know who you are, and you don't know why you can, and you don't know what will happen. And you're too scared to do it because you are more interested in believing that what is going on is reality, because you have some sort of reasoning behind being correct that this is your reality, and too afraid to actually enjoy your own imagination in the effect that it won't happen. But the happening or not happening doesn't matter. The experiencing of your desired reality is the only thing that matters, because that's what you are experiencing. You are awareness. Reality rearranges itself according to what you are experiencing and focusing on and believing to be true for yourself. That's it. So it doesn't matter. You have the free will to choose any story. You see, Source, at the source level of Source, not the 3D express level of Source. It's all Source, right? But at the source level of Source, it has no discernment between whatever reality it's lighting up. It's lighting them all up simultaneously. That's just one aspect of Source lighting up one story. It's doing that with infinite stories simultaneously at the same time. Your physical aspect of Source is the entire aspect of reality itself, but pointed and focused on one aspect of reality. You have the free will to move and focus on anything else. Where you move from, that thing you move from still exists. Source is still the creation of it. But while it carries on its own, you shifted your focus onto lighting up something else because you are Source, and that is your divine right in experiencing. Just like how if you were to leave a movie theater, and for whatever reason you just said, I don't feel like watching this, I'm going to go watch something else. That movie still plays, but you're not the one watching it. A version of you still sitting there watching it, but that's not you now. Because in that moment you made a choice to shift from what was already ongoing to going somewhere else as Source unfolding. That still carries on. That's why you're not that physical version. The more you identify with the physical version, the more you stop identifying with yourself as Source that moves around effortlessly. But that physical version is just nothing more than a recreation over and over and over again. You're recreating it. Every moment you're recreating it. That's why you can move at any moment, while every moment carries on. And this is what really happens. The moment you just say, okay, I'm going to be willing to believe whatever nonsense you are saying. I'm going to believe whatever nonsense you are saying. This absolute ridiculousness of how you are depicting reality, where it's moving but not moving, it's the same but it's not the same, it's changing but it's not changing. What absolute drivel are you saying, Reese? I'm going to believe you, just for the sake of it. Oh, great, right? Realize that current 3D story that you're telling, it's here, right? Fine. And you are consciously going to imagine, by refocusing your own focusing onto a version of reality that you just prefer, and feel the joy, bliss, and elation and the realness, feeling it real, going to end, all of the funny, fun buzzwords you read from NevilleGoddard and those pop-up texts and those pop-up YouTube things, all of those words that you have but have no idea what they mean most of the time, all of those things. Imagining your wish fulfilled, truly. That literal appearance of what you are experiencing starts to shift and unfold into what it is you are now imagining and experiencing, because the 3D reality is nothing more than the flow of what you are focusing on and as. You don't have to continuously do it. It's just what you are accepting to be true for you right now. That is why, actually, when you choose something else that is in contrast to prior assumptions that you have, they come up again. Because they were active. You weren't focusing on them, but they were actively creating your reality over and over again. Now you've selected something else consciously. So you have to come up and say, to show you that this is what you were thinking, this is what you were previously being, and now you and your higher self, have changed it to something else. It's going away. I'm making you aware of what I'm throwing away. That's what your higher self is doing. That's what your higher self is basically making you aware of what you have changed. Fun, eh? Your higher self is literally making you aware of what you have changed by bringing it to your own attention. Otherwise, you wouldn't know you changed it. Now, remember, just as a thing here, because I know some people will be very confused by this, because it does look like I created it in a way of separation. I did on purpose, but here's the thing. You're focusing on that story that you are now choosing, while allowing the other story to simply exist, so not trying to dump it, because when you want to make the story go away, you're focused on that story. You aren't focused on your story. So just leave it. Leave the blocking, leave the other country, leave the whatever, and experience your story the way you want to experience it. Remember, the same characters, physical depictions of those characters, exist in all the books. Every character exists as a different version of themselves in every single book. So yes, the specific person you want is not actually the one that blocked you or the one that moved away. That's a different version of them. And you are experiencing a version that you don't like from your point of view. So stop trying to change them while remaining at your point of view. Can't. You as awareness shift to a version of you who is physically experiencing reality in the way they physically want to be experiencing it. When you do that, you have shifted to another version of reality, a different version of you. That version may even like different flavor of ice cream. I don't know, right? It starts to play into your 3D experiencing of reality, regardless of what it looks like, because it may still look similar to versions of experiencing that you were previously experiencing. But they're just coming up to show you contrast. They don't mean anything. So, closing off here. You are awareness. You are neither his person and he isn't yours. You are neither her person. She isn't yours. Not from the 3D physical standpoint. You are the screen of spirit itself. Spirit creating the screen and being it. The field upon which all versions of reality play out. Everything plays out on the screen. And you have screens all over your house. You're holding a screen. How many movies and tabs and conversations and emails and Instagram posts, WhatsApp notifications and whatever else have you just simply experienced on this singular screen? Now imagine an infinite screen that has everything. Right now you may think you are this 3D human being wanting, needing, lacking, but you are not. Your true self is infinite, indifferent to all versions of reality because you created all of them. There is no his person, there is no her person. There is only all of the people that exist within your awareness. The reason reality seems to refuse you, or why your desire doesn't appear within your own awareness, because the physical reality is happening within your own awareness, is because you are identifying with the story rather than the storyteller. You are mistaking the projection for the projector. You throwing something at the screen, watching a movie, is not going to make the screen go off. If you want to really turn it off, hit the projector. Right? The step-by-step of I am isn't a set of actions. You are already I am. You are I am. Just pointing that to you. I'm telling you, you are I am. The fact that you're not understanding that you are I am is the problem. Everything else, every desire, every person, every experience, everything, everything is a reflection of your own awareness. Know who you are first. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added unto you. These are not just scripture words that sound pretty. Know that your awareness itself, the creator of all experience. When you fully realize this, the story stops having power over you. It's not about denying my specific person blocked me. You can see that. It's not about denying they're in another country. You can see that. It's about denying it having power over you, so much so that you can't even imagine and have fun experiencing the version of reality you want to. With the assumption that this is your experiencing of reality now because you get to choose. You've always chosen. You just kept choosing the same thing. And everything shifts naturally because you have always been shifting. You just weren't conscious of it. I am your host, Reese. Thank you for being here. Much love, much light. Thank you for the wonderful comments. Thank you for the wonderful questions and such. Even that question, still wonderful. Thank you all for being here. Much love, much light. Thank you for liking. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the TikTok page. Thank you for joining the Facebook page. And thank you for the emails as well, as always. Much love, much light. By the way, when you guys email, you can ask me anything you like in that first one. Anything you like. Please go for it. By the way, when you guys email, please ask any questions you like. By the way, when you guys email, it is perfectly... By the way, when you email... By the way, to all the people who email me, thank you. Much love and much light to each and every one of you. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for being here. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.